first game of DLP playoffs, or play-ins to be specific here, with lowers round one of the Rotom Conference between the Kanto Koraidons and the Snowpoint Stoutland. I'm joined here today with my boy PCR, and he will be kind of leading the rain or leading the stream today. How you doing, PCR?
I'm doing alright. It's nice to be back on stream. It's been a while. And it's nice to be back for the postseason. This is the big start of the postseason, the first match we have. And it's like a very interesting match because, we're starting to see like games between people who have worked together.
For sure.
Because this is a match between Spanish and Crash Grab, who were respectively first and second coach of the Kanto Koraidons this season. Crash Grab got the team of the Snowpoint Stoutlands after Auchi left, and like they're playing against each other in planes. Like that's a nice narrative, I'll say.
Yeah, no, and I think is very interesting because this is a Kanto Koraidon team that kind of has been on a five-game losing streak, I think, going into the postseason. And this No Point Stoutland team, as you've already said, Crass, he picked up this team pretty much like in week seven. Um, so yeah, no, these are two teams just trying to find their footing at this point in the season. And I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly how this plays out because Span has some big expectations for him here, seeing as he was a semifinalist 2 seasons in a row in season one and two, respectively. Um, he's got some big shoes to fill for this season, especially with the team that he's drafted.
Yeah. Are in match if you want to show that meanwhile, but they're not starting yet. Also, I do think we kind of need to explain how play-ins work and why we have specified up on the screen why this is lowers. Play-ins basically work like a double elimination bracket. For people who follow any type of esports that use double elimination bracket, they would already know. Basically, it's a type of bracket where you would need to lose two times to go out. Uh, but since we have to, reward people for placing second instead of third on their division, the people placing third in their division start already from the lower bracket. So instead of losing two times, they can lose only once, so zero times. Basically, they cannot do any mistakes. They have to win two games in a row to to playoffs. And yeah, so basically, this is a very important match because whoever loses is out already.
And I think is very interesting, right, PCR? Because the most interesting situation we've ever had with the DLP play-ins and how we've had them set up was with Highs in the second coaches league, where he ended up ripping off two straight games in play-ins to go into playoffs after picking up the team pretty much in play-ins. That was very interesting. But yeah, no, both teams looking to rip off two massive wins to go into playoffs here. But it's going to be a tall ask with some of the drafts that they were handed, especially earlier in the season. But if you want
Yeah,
to,
also I do think like statistically, Spanish did go through planes both seasons. That's true, but I think he made it both times by starting in the upper bracket of planes. And so like now he has to win two games in a row. This is a different thing for Spanish, but like I think we can start talking about the teams if you want.
yeah, no, and if I can touch a little bit on Span's playoff experience in the past. Yeah, no, you are 100% correct. He has played in the top bracket. He's always had that second chance, and he's always taken advantage of that second chance, right? Obviously, in season one, he played against the Montenevera Hammers and DU, which you royally whooped his ass. And then he went on to beat Lavender Town Lampent in season one to kind of go play against Peveril, where he got 3 0'd. And then in season two, he ends up beating Happy, goes up and plays G for Gamer, and then ends up beating Gamer in a best of five series, and then goes on to take Lily Cove to four before being suspended. Um, and for Crass, this is just his first time. He's kind of new to the league as a coach in general, so I'm just looking to see what he can do here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the team talk if you want to start off.
Yeah, we can see two different approaches, but like we see the Snowpoint Stoutlands going all in into their Mega, I think, because like their Mega is the Mega Dragonite, the special attacker, the one who needs the rain basically to work, because Hurricane will not hit aside from the rain aspect of it. Not at 100% accuracy, of course. It's only 70, so it's very risky. But like in here, we do see Spanish have some counterplay to it because they have the Cloud9 ramp, which is a nice thing to have. But like also, it's before the Mega, so because then it gains Berserk, and then it's gonna be a bit complicated moment to Mega or not. But like they do have things to stop uh, what the Stoutlands wants to do. They have the Tinkaton, who's really good into Dragonite for multiple reasons. Like Stoutlands is not only a one-trick pony, like they have different Pokemons they can do a lot of stuff with. They have an Izuyan Gudra, which like should not be overlooked, because like it does one iron defense, and then you're like, okay, what? How do I kill this guy now? You know, especially if it's a leftovers set. Uh, but we can see stall on both sides because there's a Toxapex on screen. Like let's be serious. With an Audino that normally runs heal pulse on Spanish teams. So like and Trick Room. We've seen that. So like you have two Trick Room setters on Spanish team, both Audino and Mikyu will probably run Trick Room. The Conkeldurr can do big damage with the burn plus facade, the guts, a lot of stuff can go on in this match. And I'm like, the Pokemon I'm more curious about, it's the Gengar. Because I'm looking at it and I see what it wants to do, but like, I'm not really sure.
I think if I can interject here. I think for me, it's just one of those matchups where Gengar is going to kind of be the focal point for the Snowpoint Stoutland team, just because it adds a lot of good support. It adds a lot of good offense as well. It gets Psychic coverage for the Toxapex, Conch Elder. It gets Sludge Bomb coverage for the Mimikyu. And really, other than that, it has like a lot of good support from Imprison Trick Room to Thunderwave to Encore. I don't actually remember if it gets Encore, so take take that like as a 50-50. And
I
then
think I don't know if he lost it in Champions.
yeah, I'm not sure at the moment if he kept
Yeah,
it or
because
not.
I'm gonna check, because I think he might have lost it in the passage through uh, Scarlet and Violet to Champions, but I'm gonna check.
Yeah, but it's one of those mons where like it's just so versatile and it has some very nice stats to back it up. But at the same time, it's very frail. So if it is running that support, you want to be able to run protect. You want to be able to kind of keep this thing alive long term. Just because if you don't, it can make it really, really hard to play around this hard trick room from Kanto Koraidon. Which I'm interested to see if they actually lean into that hard trick room aspect. Seeing as their team's just so bulky, um, they could very well just kind of play off the bulk offense aspect if they really wanted to. But of course, that speed control is always really nice for Span, and I'm really expecting to see some good gameplay from both coaches here today.
Yeah. Also, the Toxic Rock is really interesting to me because it's like a good matchup into the Mimikyu. Uh, and like it does well into some other stuff. It resists the fighting type of Conkeldurr. It can absorb toxic spikes if they do get set up by Spanish. Even though I don't know if we've seen him try that, but like that's also a thing. By the way, I checked and can confirm Gengar did lose Anchor because he has it in Scarlet and Violet, but not in Champions. So the Anchor disable is not on the table.
That is so unfortunate for Grass here today. But yeah, no, I think Toxicroak is one of those mons where it's really underrated as a Pokemon. It's a really fast fake out compared to a lot of other mons in the draft, and it's for a relatively low price in RU, I believe. So yeah, no, and on top of that, it just has such a good attack stat with that speed stat to kind of be able to just force its will early in a game and kind of set up a lot of later win cons to be in a good spot. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and kind of wrap up here and get the game started.
Yeah, just adding to Toxic Rock, like I don't know if we're gonna see a Sash or a bulky set, because like it has Dry Skin with the Rain, it will gain HP. So like that's also a chance that like it's one of the bulky set instead of the Sash one, because the Sash can be both on Pelipper and Talonflame on this team. So like there is a chance that like it's a bulkier side Toxic Rock, which can do some nice stuff. But I think we can just give them the ready to go, and I'll give them the yeah. That's good luck, have fun to both of them, and I think we can start looking at the game and see what the leads are, because this is gonna be like the leads are very important because the trick room is gonna probably be set up fast, and we see the fake outer plus trick room, but also fake outer on the other side, which is probably I don't know the speed of Toxic Rock and Tinkaton to see who's the faster fake outer. Because
I
like
can
Tinkaton could if faster,
Tinkaton is going to be
Tinkaton
the
is
faster
faster.
option, assuming Span doesn't actually bring like a min speed Tinkaton here.
Yeah. So if Tinkaton is faster than Toxic Rock, and like only Spanish can know that, he could go for a fake out on Toxic Rock into Trick Room, because like Gengar cannot kill Audino in here unless like it's a Specs Sludge Bomb and Crate. I don't know like how you kill Audino in one shot here. But
I'm
like
pretty
there's the
sure
fake out.
the fast fake out does come out here. We see the Imprison. And Trick Room cannot go up after that turn. I think both teams kind of did a lot here. Crass obviously getting no offensive pressure off with that Toxic Croak. No close combat thanks to that fake out. But Gengar actually kind of saves this turn by imprisoning. Audino's Trick Room doesn't go up. And now this Tinkaton might be in a mismatch with this Toxic Croak. And we will see
Yeah,
Toxapex switch
now
back in.
the Gengar protects just to be safe. Oh, the close combat is not really good in here because you drop your defenses, you get damage from the Rocky L, but the Stealth Rocks goes up. So this is a good turn by Spanish. 100%. This is a nice turnaround. The momentum of the game is completely turned on its head because now the Toxic Rock is dropped. The Stealth Rocks are up, so Pelipper already, if he, like whoever has the Sash on Spanish team, on Crash Crab team, is broken already. The Pelipper, if it comes in to set up the rain or something, it will lose a quarter of its HP. Same for Dragonite. Like, it's not easy now to play in Crash Crab position with these Stealth Rocks.
Right, and I think if you're Crass, you're very heavily thinking about switching here because you just don't have a position to play off of. You don't have any pivot, and we do see that Gudra switch come out.
Disabling the Stealth Rocks, I really don't like this move, if I'm honest, from Crash Crab. We do see the light screen from Toxapex,
Toxapex.
so
This is
it's a stall setup. And also the Rock Slide from Tinkaton, not a move we see much on Tinkaton. I was expecting more a Tinkaton Hammer on the Gengar, if I'm honest, because like
I f-
removing the Gengar does open the Trick Room here.
yeah, but that Rock Slide does kind of break open this Gengar, and now that Gigaton Hammer can kind of pick up the KO, assuming it's like running a very, very physical, heavy Tinkaton here. We see a Rock
Yeah,
Slide
but
come out
almost
again though, with the flinch
and the
though,
flinch is good.
and the
And Toxic
Toxic.
on Godra.
Span has the
Okay,
perfect setup here for this stall.
it's looking worse and worse for Crash Grab every turn. And I also think like we're not sure if it has Gigaton Hammer because like Tinkaton does like to use Play Rough too, and like Play Rough into Gudra right now it's looking really good because like whoever switches in is getting good damage. Like if Pelipper is getting good damage from Play Rough, it is Earthquake, so the Gudra will almost go down basically. The Rock Slide comes out again just to do spread damage. The body person to the Tinkaton does basically nothing, and Light Scream fails because it's already up.
That toxic chip's kind of going to be the story here for Gudra, because now Span doesn't have to target into that Gudra slot at all, and
Gudra's dead.
Toxicroak can't really Earthquake without killing that Gudra either. However, we did see that end up doing a ton of damage to that Tinkaton and the Toxapex. So
Yeah.
Crest did kind of get a
If
little bit of momentum here by getting those HP bars just above half on Toxapex and below half for that Tinkaton here.
yeah, if I have to think on Spanish side, I will try to get Tinkaton out of the field now because I would like to use that fake out later. The Gudra is already basically dead,
And
and
we
we
will see
see the
this
Tinkaton
double
switch
switch
out.
here.
We see the Earthquake killing. the good run. It doesn't break the BBQ disguise. That is really good. But now, like, who do you switch in? Because, like, Dragonite is not good in here, because Mimikyu with the Fairy type is really good into it.
And we do see the Dragonite
And
switch
you
in here,
get
actually.
25% of HP just for switching it thanks to Stealth Rocks. The Earthquake spam is gonna be good from Toxic Rock, but, like, it did what? Just more than 10% on Audino. Like, it's not looking great unless you go for a close combat now, Dino. That one can be very good, but like then you open yourself to whatever the Mimikyu wants to do. We see the Pelipper switch in, another big damage from Stealth Rocks. The Dragonite does go for the Hurricane, an ally switch from Audino, and the Trick Room goes up. Ally switch to avoid the close combat in case it came from Toxic Rock. Really nice play from Spanish. I really like this one, even though I do hate ally switch as a concept, but like this is a good way to use it.
And I think it's important, right? Shit. We see the E-Speed come out here into that odd no slot, not doing very much at all. That confusion is here though. Wisp comes out into that Dragonite just to chip it down in HP more every single turn. And this Pelipper's drowsy now. This is kind of becoming a big issue for Crass. Span
Yeah,
is having
cause
his way
like
every single turn on the defensive end here. And there's no amount of offense for Crass that's going to break through this Oddno and Mimikyu at the moment. The best
I
case
don't wanna
scenario
be
for Crass
crass.
is the Pelipper and that Weather Ball, I think. Um, but Span's in a really,
I
really
wouldn't
good
wanna
spot.
be crass here. I wouldn't want to be crass because like your two choices are either take another 25% with on Pelipper when you come back, or just fall asleep. The heal pulse comes from the Mimikyu, which is really good. The U-turn comes, so he has to switch out. He is obligated to. Like now the Mimikyu has a free attack on whoever he wants, because Dragonite, yeah, can do damage, but like Mimikyu is full HP. The Toxic Rock comes in, he gets another 6% of
And
HP,
there's a
and the Willow
massive
Wisp in the
burn!
predict!
Yeah, no, and it's very important to note that this Toxicroak is at least choiced. We don't know if it's banned or Scarf, but I'm assuming banned just because you kind of automatically have the speed matchup into this slow Trick Room team. And we see Toxicroak come out. He'll pulse from that Audino here. Hurricane into that Toxapex does 40%, not very much. Gungshot doesn't even get it to half here. And now Span's in a very, very good defensive position, while Crass is just taking more and more damage every single turn. And every time he
Yeah,
has
because
to
like
make a defensive pivot here, he is taking Stealth Rock's damage.
highlight switch and the light screen to stall another turn. The Audino is in a rough spot here. I think he will have to switch out next turn unless it wants to go for a last heal pulse on the Toxapex. But the light screen is really good to stop the Dragonite from doing even more damage. But like every turn that this goes on, it just becomes better for Spanish. Like he still has the Drampa in the back. He still has the Conkeldurr who has not hit the field yet, and like the more the health bars go down, the more like a Mach Punch can get kills.
For sure. And I think if you're Crass, you're really considering like your options here. You don't have a lot of offense. You're just trying to whittle down this team as much as possible so you can kind of have a chance with some of your offensive momentum in the back half. Because once you kill a lot of these walls that are kind of already below half, you do have a pretty decent situation to kind of handle.
Yeah, also Toxapex survives, so now he will probably switch out and with the Regenerator get back some HP, and we see that happening. The Audino comes back, Infestation plus Burn on the Dragonite. He will go down the next turn. The Fake Out to stop it from moving again. The Infestation goes out, so like he gains a few turns of life, but like now there are 10 and 15% of HP. He will have 3 moms remaining. He cannot switch out, otherwise, on switching, they will basically die again. We see the Udino switch out again to gain more
And
HP.
the
The
gunk shot
gunshot misses.
misses! We see that Thunder come through into that Tinkaton. Rockslide picks up KO into Dragonite, leaving that Toxicroak to die to burn at the end of this turn. And now Crass is at that 3 Pokemon mark. It's kind of now or never for this Crass.
Yeah, it's really bad to miss on the Mimikyu because, like, now the Shadow Sneak on the Gengar will do a lot of damage. So I'm thinking that maybe Q might switch out. But like maybe we just stay here to do baby doll eyes on the Talonflame, lower the damage of this Flare Blade, which is already low damage to begin with. But like both of the monsters still alive on Spanish. The Conkeldurr gets the Flame Orb now, so like I'm expecting this Conkeldurr to go for either Rock Slides in the next few turns, another baby doll eyes to lower the Talonflame damage. The Brave Bird will start to do nothing next turn.
For Snowpoint here, that double into that Conch Elder was not the play. You definitely want to pick up the KO into that Mimikyu. You're able to do that spread into Conch Elder as well. But we see that Brave Bird come into that Audino here, not doing nearly anything thanks to those baby doll eyes. The Wisp from Mimikyu, and Pelipper will pick up the KO into that Mimikyu due to the Weather Ball here. But that chip is just picking up onto that Pelipper now, getting it just below half.
Yeah, because like now I think the play is to go for a trick room with Audino, because like how do you kill Audino? You can't. So the trick room will go up, I think, and it does. Tinkaton is also still alive somehow. I mean, it's under the rain. The Hilpus will get it back, and I think we're gonna see a rock slide. And it comes out, and like now it's a 5v1. And yeah, I'm gonna also say, like, okay, the Mimikyu is not alive to Shadow Sneak it, but like, I don't think he will need it, because like, just click Rock Slide, and the Gengar will go down at some point. The Citrus Berry is out. Now the Imprison comes. I mean, this is just basically a surrender from the Stoutlands, because like, what can you do? The
Span
Yawn
playing for
comes
the
out.
toxic stuff. He's getting that drowsy off here. Obviously, Span played just phenomenal on the defensive end here, meeting his win cons, making sure he could get that defense up every single time. Audino kind of was the quarterback here, all things considered. It did set up the trick room. It got the heal pulses off when it needed to, and it kept a lot of those mons alive for a lot longer than it should have. Um, do you want to go ahead and talk about the game while I try to get Span
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, do try to get Spanner, but like basically just a positioning masterclass from Spanish. He actually prepared the game for once, and we see what happens when he does. Like he can actually make the team work. I really loved the Tinkaton, to be honest. Like he was really the tempo setter of the team. Fake outs, rock slide, flinches, stuff happening. Toxapex with light screen, really good call. The switches were nice. Like we already see on turn two here, like that turn two is basically where Spanish got so much momentum where Crash Crab could never get it back. Like it was a long match if you look at the turns, but like if you have to see where the match really changed, it's like turn two really early in the game. Spanish just gained so much momentum and they continued to press on it. Like we see the Toxic on the Gudra, the Will-O-Wisp on the Dragonite, even though it's not a physical attacker, it still has the extreme speed. Just in case he wants to go for some priorities, you stop that. And then the Will-O-Wisp on the Toxic Cock on the switching, so like it doesn't even have those options anymore. And like even though like there were some mons that were just keeping in check the other mons on the rest of the team, like the Mimikyu keep being kept alive just so you could either use it for a trick room, use it for a shadow sneak on the Gengar if you need it late game, use it for a shadow sneak on anyone if you need it on the late game, and like just being also immune to like the fighting types move from Toxic Rock and also the normal type moves in case there are any. But like, also the Toxapex and the Audino, both with Regenerator. Like we've seen how good Regenerator is in this league. It always has been. And I think today is also a show of like how good is Regenerator? A
Y-
lot.
Hello, what is up, gang?
Hello Spanish. Really
Dude,
nice
I wanna
match, I
go.
will say.
Yo, hello?
Hello, can you hear
Oh,
me?
you just got cut.
Oh, that's not good.
Rip.
It might have
Uh
been on my Wi-Fi is pretty dog shit.
yeah, because I'm on LAN cable, so if I'm lagging, it's weird.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. So I'm just
you're
gonna
good.
straight up ask, like, what's the difference between like how did you prepare this game so well? Because like we saw basically from the first few turns you already had your plan. Like I
Well,
really like the Tinkaton set especially because like it's basically like perfected to make this match so much more easier for you.
yeah, well, I mean, it was kind of easy because, like, I'm gonna be real with you. Half the team did not change from last time I played Snowpoint. It was like very minimal changes, and I mean, generally, I don't know what the fuck they FA'd. Oh, my bad. Ignore that.
No
But like,
worries.
in their FAs, they picked up Talonflame, and that's kind of a really bad mon generally in draft. And I don't know what they got rid of, but it made the matchup like significantly easier. There was also no he didn't bring like I guess it's not prep, but he didn't bring Palafin, which is kind of a issue because it can just kind of like a really good wall breaker. But I mean generally just like I mean in prep it was kind of simple. I just kind of brought the things I brought last time, except I got rid of Meowstic's kind of run its course. It's not coming anymore. I feel like Audino's better, and he didn't really have a fighting type, so it was kind of in Mimikyu's just free. You know, the baby doll eyes was a really like I saw this thing had priority on baby doll eyes because that's a prio move apparently, and I mean that was like kind of there wasn't a lot going on in prep. I'm gonna be real with you.
I
Yeah, but like you had
if I
some
could
little things. Oh, gone, Crumbs.
if I could interject here, I just wanted to congratulate you on probably one of the best like bulk offense master classes I've seen in this server, Spanish. I know I give you a lot of shit a lot of times, but after watching you play this game, I think you can go all the way. I don't think Picanor stands a chance, and I want to congratulate you on this win today.
You know, I appreciate it. I mean, it's kind of what we do. You know, we go 2-9 in or 2-7 in regular season, then we show up in playoffs and just kind of dominate. You know, we make ourselves the underdog. You know, I don't like being expected to win. It's kind of buns.
And obviously, you still have one round left to play. But
Sure, but like either I get to beat Nimble or I get to play Crimson, and you know both are free. So it's low key. It's looking easy. I'm coming for Picanor.
yeah, no, I don't think Picanor stands a chance if you keep playing this well. Truly.
Oh, well, you know, it's what we do. It's what we do. You know, we pull up and we dominate in play-ins and playoffs.
Was there like a specific idea that you really wanted to push into this matchup other than like, just meet your win cons? Obviously, you said uh you already knew what you were going to bring because you brought it last time and you just removed all the
Yeah.
dead weight. Um but was there like a specific thing where you were like, "Oh shoot, this just solves the matchup for the most part."
Oh well, yeah. The stealth rocks on Tinkaton was kind of really free because it gets fake out, and if you pair it with ally switch, you can guarantee either a fake out or a or like you can do whatever the fuck you want pretty much, because you can either like you can fake out turn one and ally switch, and then you're fine. And then you can ally switch turn two and stealth rocks or not. I mean, kind of depends, but like, and either way, you're pretty much guaranteed something because just throws the opponent off. And Stealth Rocks into his team was kind of really good because he had three flying types and they were kind of like his only good Pokemon. And generally, just like if you can hit a flying type with Stealth Rocks, it's pretty good, you know?
Yeah,
Especially when it's like.
obviously Stealth Rock solved a lot here. And if PCR has more questions, he can go ahead and ask them. But other than that, I kind of wrapped up what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, because like you had the plan for everything, Like I was talking before the match, the Kudra could be a problem if he tries to set up the iron defenses and other stuff. And you were like, yeah, like during prep, you probably thought, yeah, I know that. I have a Toxapex for that, I have the Toxic, I can have the Stealth Rocks, so like he either switches out and gets chip when he comes in, or like he just stays there and die.
I mean, I wasn't really
So
worried
like,
about Udra just across the board because, yeah, I could Toxic it and can't really hit Toxic. I mean, his team's really weak to Toxic. It's like actually like comically funny how bad his team is into Toxapex because he can't
yeah.
really kill it through like it's actually like stupidly funny. But also, Goodra can't really hit Mimikyu either. And he didn't have a really clear way through Mimikyu because you might think, oh, Toxic Rogue poison, but Mimikyu is neutral to poison. So Toxic Croak wasn't picking up any big
Uh,
KOs.
yeah, the only way would be the heavy slam, I guess, from the good
I,
draw.
I mean, but like Toxic Croak's like not heavy, you know. But I mean,
No,
also the
from the
Toxic
good draw, I
Croak was
mean.
weird. I don't know if it was Scarf or Band, but either way, that's a baffling decision to pull. Um,
Yeah.
like I don't
Like
that
before
was
the
weird.
match, we were talking about the Toxic Rock, and I was expecting a bulky Toxic Rock with like dry skin to try and survive as many turns as possible.
Yeah, I mean, after the turn one, I kind of figured, okay, this thing doesn't have fake out. It's probably got like, I mean, I figured like assault vest or like something, and then he clicked the same move every time, and I'm like, oh, this is banned, and that kind of helped
In my
a lot.
honest opinion, I genuinely, when I didn't see the fake out come off from Toxicroak, I was like, oh, he's being greedy. He's a greedy boy.
I figured he clicked close combat, but I figured he for sure just wasn't running fake out. Because like you always click it, because you're always gonna outspeed Tinkaton into a Trick Room team.
Right, right. And that's a natural conclusion. But I was like, yeah,
Right.
no, maybe he's getting hella greedy here.
I mean, I had covert click on Tinkaton, so I was ready for the fake out, but and
Oh
the
yeah.
ally switch, right? But like
I
the fake out into Audino, like might be bad, but like also I don't give a fuck if he fake outs Audino. He clicked Imprison
Yeah,
too. The
because
Gengar was baffling. I didn't get the Gengar. The Gengar was weird as shit. That was that was insane.
Do you have
I didn't
any
prep for Imprison
more
Gengar because
questions,
I didn't
PCR?
really care about Imprison Gengar.
yeah,
We're
the only
running to
question I
time,
would do
so
is like, uh, yeah, it would be like, how did it feel playing against someone who was your second coach just a few
I would
weeks
be
ago?
real with you. I don't think I prepped with him a single time. I don't
Never
think we
mind that.
exchanged. We were second coaches in name only. Like we did not talk at all about anything ever. I offered. He just didn't want the help, which in hindsight is
diabolical.
weird because I just dominated his ass. But you know,
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We're running to about half an hour,
Yep.
our normal time.
okay.
So
I'll
yeah,
see you
no.
guys when I switch to
Um,
like nimble.
congrats on winning this game. Obviously, you still got to win one more before you can go play Picknor. But the best of luck to you. You really did put on a bulk offense masterclass. You can take that from me personally, and I appreciate you gracing our eyes with probably the most beautiful display of like prep I've ever seen since at least game
I mean,
four of last season.
this is just the prestige you come to expect out of a KTK playoffs run, you know? This is the norm. I come in, I drop one phenomenal masterclass of a game, and then in the next week, I mean, surely I'm gonna get another 3 league penalties.
For sure. But yeah, PCR,
Although I have Hizzy, so I'd like you. This would be fine. Hizzy could win for me. I
if you want to
believe. I
go
love
ahead and
Hizzy.
wrap us off or tie us off here, PCR.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching, whoever watched. Congrats to Spanish for winning. Uh, congrats to Crash Crab just for playing. And, unfortunately, his season's over, but he will be back next season, I guess.
Much luck to you,
More
Kras, and your
ready.
second coach's ventures. I'm hoping to see you pull off some good wins that season. Obviously, you had a really nice season last season, and I'd like to see you follow up with that personally.
Yeah, and to be honest, thanks everyone for watching. Put a like if you like the stream. Uh,
And don't forget to
subscribe if
subscribe.
you really like the stream. And, write a comment if you hate me. Thank you everyone for watching.
Bro, if PCR has haters, I'm dead because I didn't kill him, bro.